Steve Evans, Sunday.
Yeah, it's a magical day for everyone in the town, everyone at the football club, led by our chairman and his wife Margaret and Leon and John and all the board. You know, they've been fantastic. The players, they're the real heroes. You know, I think we said it, you know, a general sends his troops into battle. The general then stays in the big war building and looks at a screen. The real heroes are the boys that have to get out the pitch and do it in football terms. And they've been fantastic all season. They've been acclaimed. Then they're written off. And we never wrote them off. We said if we stick to the plan and stick to the way we do things, it'll come good. And I'm delighted for them today, everyone on.
Well, you had it on the board back at Bradbury End, the odds on Stevenage going up, and that was a reminder to everyone.
Yeah, I spoke to the players today before the game about when you're 60-61 to an automatic promotion and distant outsiders, and then you're the strongest favourites in probably 5 years for relegation, then it just shows every manager that you don't need the resources that some have got. You have to judge it by your eyesight, judge it by your opinion, judge it by your values. Myself, the chairman, and Leon went to work when last season finished, if you like, and we said what the chairman makes available to us, and he puts fortunes in, but what he makes available to us, we can build a team that would do this town proud. And there's 5 years where you'd shut the curtains, you wouldn't want to watch it. They're not thinking that today, are they? They're going home and they're really proud. The atmosphere in here today was as good as I've seen it. Ellen Road, at the New York Stadium, where it was bouncing, especially when we scored. And then obviously we found a striker, Luther Wilden. I gave him a cameo at Swindon, and it comes up with that finish. But the credit and the pride that I'm bursting with is to the players, and of course to my wife and my family, who are, if everything's right behind you, you can focus on what's in front of you. And that's why my staff are always first in, last out, me included. So because you can focus on what's in front when everything's good behind you.
Can you rank this in your list of all your great?
I think it's the one where I've never been 66, one outsiders. I can remember when I met the chairman before coming in and the chairman was talking about staying up. I said, well, that's the easy part, what we're going to do in the summer. And that wasn't being disrespectful, because the players here last year should have been in the middle of the table. Comfortably, we let some good players go, because to go from that mid-group to the top group, you have to be a little bit better, or a little bit younger, or a little bit fitter. And, you know, we started off great. I think we'd have been promoted months ago if it had not been the injury crisis we've had. I keep listening to other managers and it's nonsense. You know, I look at who would T. Ashby Hammond play for us? You know, would Marchie have been involved? Would Luke Norris been involved? Would Elliot List been involved? They're huge players. And from that point of view, the dressing room has come through that. We've asked some players to step up and play 50, 60 games. And then so they'll have a couple of days off now, and then we'll try and do things right, and we'll get ready to go to Borough. You know, we'll finish the season properly, and the boys are going to go away for a few days, and some fitness assessment programs and things will kick in, and then we'll all go off on the summer holidays. But in between times, I'll be at Bradbury End and here at Lamex with Leon, and possibly this week with the chairman as well, just planning to what we're going to do next season.
I mean, you mentioned the atmosphere in here today. It has been good the last couple of weeks. But
yeah, I went down the tunnel and I went and seen my family as the whistle went, as you know, and seen the chairman. And as I'm going along to see my wife, I wouldn't say pensioners, because I wouldn't disrespect the two gentlemen, but they look older than me, so I'm close. And they can walk along. They've got tears in their eyes, and that was not only about the promotion, but about what the town was about today. They're Stevenage people, I think, born and bred, been around it all their lives, been season ticket holders from their non-league days to now. They had tears in their eyes, they're hugging into me and they're trembling. That's what it means to the town. So if they can do that, and to see all the kids here today, all the youngsters today, no more big Premier League shirts, Stevenage shirts, and that means a lot to us as well. We're the town of Stevenage, and we want to represent the town of Stevenage with pride. So we're going to go and try and do that in League One.
And the game today actually was a bit late the season, wasn't it? You had to be patient. Hard.
Yeah, I said to you yourself and others on Tuesday night, we would have to be patient. There was nerves involved. I think we've seen a very nervy and sketchy and edgy first half performance. I think I'm disappointed the opening goal in 40 odd seconds is not given, because it looks onside, but you have to endure that. And then I think we got in at half time and we changed it, as you know, tactically. We changed the shape, the system, and that's why the staff were running at the bench when Reedy scored, because that created the chances to win the game. And then we were solid after that. I don't think you're a goalkeeper. He's had one save in probably 90 minutes. So from that point of view, the boys have been brilliant over the 90, but the second half was total dominance.
just the last little thing. The one little downside was Michael Bostwick's injury.
Yeah, Michael's in hospital now having a CT scan, which would be the normal before people think untoward. But he's got met with a full headbutt right on the side of his head with Carl Piagiani. And, you know, if you want to break doors down, don't use a weapon, use Carl's head. He's like that. And we, you know, obviously we've phoned and they've given us the prognosis Michael has, and he's going to be his scans now. So the first people we'll be speaking to is when we go in as a medical team led by the doctor, and they'll be updating us on Michael. But he's played a huge part at huge times for us. You know, I'll never forget Michael's performance for 75, 80 minutes at Swindon. He was an absolute rock, and he's been at other times this season. So, but it's all the players. I'm delighted from the skipper. He gets 2 big awards. I'm delighted the supporters recognised T. Ashby Hammond. That was a big blow to us because myself and Leon worked so hard to get him, and Ian Pledger, we'd done so many miles in convincing him because he could have got away and enjoyed League One with other clubs, and I sold him the project of promotion. And so I was delighted he got some recognition today, because that kid is all bar being in a plaster, if you like. He's been following us around the country, home and away, watching us, trying to get points.